Hi, everybody. Ah, So I'm in a new location today, as you can see. I am at the Penny Library. Very grateful to Penny for their little quiet study rooms. For those of you that were on last time and heard the dog barking, there will be no dogs barking. Fingers crossed. All right. So let's just start by moving around a little bit. Whatever feels good in your body today. Let it move. Maybe even stand up. I'm going to stand up. Yeah, just really feel into what feels needed. Maybe even take a moment to stand still or be still in a chair or be still lying down. And then just listen to the body. I know that might not make total sense. Don't get too worried about that. And then if you feel the impulse to move, then move. If you've got a lot of energy today or some anxiety, I was feeling a lot of anxiety this morning for some reason. One thing I like to do when I'm feeling a lot of anxiety is to let my body shake like this, like letting my body shake. The muscles are shaking on the bones. And you can just see if this feels good in your system today. And maybe you already know, no, that's not for me today. There's something about shaking. It has to do with the joints and proprioception and helps you know where your body is in space. Anxiety, nervousness is very much up here or heady. And so when we can get into our bodies, that can usually help with excitement, because excitement and fear and anxiety are all on the spectrum, right? And I'm shaking and moving my body in a certain way, but I just want to emphasize you move your body in the way that feels good to you right now. Might be gentle stretching, might be slow movement or fast movement. And if you have pretty good balance and you want to close your eyes so that you can really tune into how your body is today. If you're at work and you're at a chair or a desk, just move your upper body. You could even just move your face or your eyes if you're in a location where you can't make large movements. All right, so you've got all your jiggles and wiggles out. We'll come to a seated or standing or lying down position, whatever feels good to you today. And we're going to do a little bit of that co-regulation thing that we did last week, where I'm going to look directly into my camera. And if it feels good to you to have eye contact with me right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take some breaths together and we're going to hear each other's sound. We're going to see each other's eyes. Well, you're going to see my eyes, obviously. And in that way, we can, co-regulate or co-calm our nervous systems. Now that I'm feeling a little bit more calm, I can be more helpful in that respect. If I were a bundle of nerves, that would not be so helpful, probably. All right, so when we breathe in, it's through the nose. Just for this exercise, we're going to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. If you're in a place where you can make a sound, I'd encourage you to do that. And so You're listening to my sound. If we were in person, we would be hearing each other's sounds, and you're hearing your own sound, of course. All right, so breathing in, we're going to do this. We're going to do 5 deep breaths down into the belly, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Eye contact if you want to. Breathing in. Na. Na. Let the face soften. Ah. Na. Na. Great. See if there's any other movement that the body is wanting right now. My neck and shoulders are really wanting to move. Let's see what your body wants. And then just take in this human being in front of you. When we're back in person, we'll do this in more of a mutual way. But I'm imagining that I can see you right now. Now let's do a little bit of closed mouth. Same thing. Eye contact if you want it, closed eyes if you don't. Breathing in together, and then what you're going to do is you're going to keep your mouth closed, and it's more like a hum through the nose. This releases nitric oxide into the brain. It's very calming for the system. Breathing in. So you're hearing and feeling the vibration in your head, your nose. Let the jaw and shoulders drop. Feel your spine. Notice your back body as you breathe with me. We often are leaning forward in life. We lean forward with our eyes. It's this very, it's very cultural in the US to lean forward, doing the next thing, what's next, planning. So see if you can lean back into more of like a receptive space, a little more embodied, a little more in the back body. What I mean by that is as you breathe, literally feel your spine, literally just feel your body. If you're sitting up, your back holding you upright. Feel the sensations of your clothes against your back. And we're going to keep doing the humming on the out breath with your mouth closed. Breathing in. Feel the hum go all the way down your body. See if you can detect any vibration in the back of the body. It's subtle. See if you can feel it. The louder you hum, the more you can feel it. Returning to your normal breath, breathing through the nose, breathing in and out through the nose if that's what's comfortable. Mouth breathing is fine too, whatever you do normally. And if you're comfortable with closing your eyes now, going inward and just feeling the effects of that practice. If you want to keep your eyes open, that's fine. May help you go inward to just look down. But if it's comforting to look at the screen and you're needing that today, trust your intuition. Just notice right now your body, what's here. Soft belly, allowing the belly to expand on the in-breath. Soft mouth, soft jaw, soft shoulders. Upright but relaxed spine if you're sitting. Chin might be slightly tucked if that feels good, like a little string pulling up from your crown. Now tuning into the quality of your breath, noticing if there are any breaks or cracks or bumpiness. And without forcing or straining, seeing if you can invite your breath to be smooth, going to do a little breath exercise called box breathing. If you have any breathing problems like COPD or emphysema, just skip the breath holds. So it's like a box. It's in for 4. It's hold for 4. Out for 4. Hold for 4. And then in for 4. And then you repeat. So everything is equal. And you're going to breathe in through your nose. You're going to hold the breath for 4 counts when your breath and your lungs are full. Your belly is pushed out. Then you're going to breathe out for a count of 4. And then you're going to hold your breath when your lungs are empty. and your belly is in, belly button is moving or has moved towards the spine. We'll do this for several minutes. If this feels straining in any way, don't do it or change the counts to suit you. And like I said, if you have COPD, emphysema, asthma, skip the breath holds and just do in for 4 and out for 4. I'm just going to count in my head. I'm not going to count out loud for you because I want you to go at your own pace. I usually count 1,000, 2, 1,000 in that way, just to make sure that my counts are even. And again, above all, listen to your own inner teacher. Above anything I or any other teacher ever says, listen to your own inner teacher, your own inner wisdom about what you're needing right now, about the breath, about body positioning, about taking a bathroom break, about everything. And whenever you're ready, we can start this box breathing. 4 counts for each. Whenever you're ready, counting to yourself. See if you're tensing up your face or your shoulders while you're doing this, and just invite the body to soften. We're not trying to create stress or strain in the body. See if you can do this in a soft, relaxed way. If you're finding the box breathing helpful, then by all means continue. And if you're finding that you'd like to just settle into your own normal breathing rhythm, then go ahead and do that. But either way, the breath is the object of awareness. When the mind wanders from the breath, we notice, oh, okay, there it is. And then we gently, without judgment, with a lot of kindness, we bring it back to the breath. Now, if your mind is strongly pulled to something, a sound, a body sensation, and it keeps going back to that, and you're finding yourself like fighting with this thing, I'd encourage you to just allow the mind to rest on that while you're breathing, while you're noticing your breathing. We can have multiple objects in our awareness. So if it's a body sensation, for example, maybe there's a feeling in your chest. Stay with the feeling in your chest and the breath. And then as the feeling in the chest subsides, if it does, then come back to the breath until the next phenomena arises. And if it's the mind that is pulling you a lot, like there's stories or planning or things like that, see if you can approach the mind as you would a young child or a puppy. So rather than like reprimanding and getting real strict and forceful and bossy, see if you can take this like no big deal attitude. Like, oh, yeah, there goes the puppy. It peed on the floor. There goes the toddler. She's throwing a tantrum. So it's more of like this witnessing of the mind than trying to control the mind. And sometimes we get sucked into a story and the mind is controlling us. And that's okay. It's not a problem. It's almost just like I was saying with the back body, it's like leaning back into the back body again, taking the seat of observer once again, witness once again. And this is just one way to practice, okay? So last week we worked with emotions. And if you are having strong emotions today that are pulling you, just like any body sensation might, and you feel like you need to cry, or you need to make sound, or you need to roll around on the floor, or you need to move, to take care of yourself, to express the emotion, then do that. Okay. So that still holds true for those of you who weren't here last week. There are no wrong emotions. We do not need to repress or suppress emotions. They are just energy moving through our system. And when we let them move, they don't get stuck. You can also observe them, and that's what I'm speaking to today. So I want to give you a taste of both while also being very clear that if the emotions are strong and you need to express them rather than just witnessing or observing, then I want you to trust that. So often meditation, spirituality, religion is used to emotionally bypass. So I really want to be very clear that that's not the idea here. There is a way to learn how to witness and observe, but that does not mean that we are not feeling and expressing when we need to. If you're needing some extra support or you're feeling tender, you might put your hand on your heart, or a hand on the heart and a hand on the belly. You might lie down in the fetal position and just keep listening and tuning in. We're taught to restrain and restrict the body rather than following the impulses that we need to care for ourselves. So I'm wanting to encourage you, really encourage you to follow your impulses, follow the body. The body has such tremendous wisdom. And that may include a feeling of needing to be still or needing to simply observe what's happening, almost like you're sitting on a riverbank and all your emotions and thoughts and body sensations are the river. They're the waves of the river. They're the particles of water moving in front of you, and you're sitting back on the riverbank, feeling your spine, watching the river go by, observing these sensations, emotions, thoughts, sounds. Every once in a while, we fall or jump in the river, get carried away by a thought or a story, and that's just being human. So just pick yourself up and dry yourself off and sit on the riverbank and begin again. You can always begin again. So I'm going to be quiet now. Invite you to practice and listen to your own inner teacher of what you're needing right now. And if you don't know, then just sit on the riverbank and observe. Observe the passing experiences and how everything is always changing. Just notice, are you in the river or are you sitting on the riverbanks? No judgment. Just notice, are you observing or are you caught in it? We all get caught. And then just begin again using the breath as your anchor to the present moment. Soften the body. Spine is upright but not rigid. Reposition if you need to. Come back to now. Again and again. Notice if you're seeking something, if you're trying to make something happen. If you're trying to reach this perfect state of meditation. And see if you can drop all of that and just be with yourself exactly as you are in this moment with whatever's here. There's no perfect state. Drop the seeking. As our meditation comes to a close, I'd love to invite you to complete the meditation with me with 3 ohms. If you're wanting to do that today, keep in mind that the idea is to feel the resonance, to feel the vibration of the sound in your body. It's not about the beauty or niceness of the sound. Really tune into how the body vibrates with this particular syllable. Feel it in the body. And we'll do that together. And if you're in a place where you can't make sound, then just listen. Breathing in. Oh. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Mm. Bow to each one of you. Thanks so much for showing up today. Thanks so much for coming to know yourself better, meeting yourself right where you're at, even when it's messy and unpleasant. This being human thing is pretty hard sometimes.